Hi YouTube, episode 16, Gen 2, Occult Legacy. Once again, this is our second attempt of trying to record this. Last episode was also our second attempt, and everything went bad. Today, this is our second attempt at this episode, because previously, we're having a wedding. The wedding is happening. We tried to have the wedding the other day, and everything went horribly wrong and bad. And I crashed out, and I closed the game without saving, and gave up. So we're trying again today, and we'll see how it goes. And then unfortunately, YouTube watchers, this is the only episode that's going to be airing the week that it comes out. So if you're watching this, or well, this episode is getting posted, oh, dog. This episode is getting posted on June 23rd, 2025. This will be the only episode that comes out this week, the week that it gets posted as well, if you're watching this the day that gets posted. Because stuff happens, and The Sims has been getting on my last nerve lately. Everything's been going. Well, I should say our Sims game has been getting on my last nerve lately. Everything's fine. We gaming in here? Well, we're gonna try. Look, everybody's in different outfits, then this is already gonna be bad. This is already gonna just make, it's fine. Wait, milkshake and poutine for lunch? Wait, can you, hey, come over. Bring me a poutine. Come on over. For Buttercup, thank you for the 7-month resub. I can get poutine here. I've never actually had change outfit. Let me see if I can talk and do this. I've only had vegan poutine, obviously. But also I think like most, because isn't like poutine made, like the gravy is like beef gravy? Y'all want to know something wild that I learned, actually? Gotta come up there. I can't. I mean, I can get in. Like, I'd be able to get into Canada. It's just the coming back part that I'm worried about for me. All girls do is eat pasta and watch Sims. True. New York fries have mushroom gravy. Mushroom gravy's not bad. Even though, like, I don't particularly care for mushrooms, most of the time, like, mushroom gravy doesn't have, like, full pieces of mushrooms in it, and if it does, it's, like, easy to avoid them, you know? You know, I pity was really when we went to Canada years ago. I mean, like, we can get... You know, Canada is just like 20 minutes. I don't know how close Canada is. It's close enough that we can get goodies here. It's got a bunch of flavor and not the chunkiness. Okay, where are all the other Sims? I mean, I'm in the Metro Detroit area, so Canada's literally it's not far away. Are you? You're not one of our wedding guests, so you need to go. Go away. Should I try to get screenshots of Rat getting ready for the wedding again? Should I even bother? I can't decide. Avocado toast? Huge. I feel like hold on, I had a thought. Now I'm hungry. But with all this poutine talk, but it's good because I do have leftover French fries in the fridge. So I at least get some French fries. Shoot, what was my thought? I'm gonna just unpause the game and see if more wedding guests show. Oh, I forgot to put you in your other outfit. We're gonna try to get everybody to at least like walk down the aisle and do all that, but when it comes to like the Flower Pal and like the Sims of Honor and all that, and I'm giving up on that. We're not doing any of that. It did not work last time. Not gonna work this time. There's no way. I mean, it could work. Oh, I gotta put more chairs down. That was the other thing. So that way that kid, if that kid freaking, oh, okay, no, everything's good. It's confused the walk up and down actions. Same. But now I get it, because they gotta walk down the aisle to get to the arch. Up, going up the aisle is when they come back. Okay, I'm gonna like, I think if I like scooch the chairs up here. Will Sim still be able to sit? Yeah, that'll be good. So I can add another row. So there's space for everybody. Oh. There we go. Okay. That should work. That should be plenty of seats. Oh, we gotta hire a bartender too. Hire a mixologist. Is there anything else that we needed to do? Who are you? I need you to leave. Okay. We have to wait for more people to show up. That's the annoying part. Oh my god, I forgot about... What in the world? Hello? What are you wearing? Wear that. I also forgot that we, curious to see where this infant ends up this time. Okay, they're all still there. So who are we missing? Your other kids. We just gotta wait for people to show up. Are they all going? Why do they all keep going upstairs? Everybody's like obsessed with this room up here. Okay, there's Cappy Barbara. I'm gonna get you. Dresser, change outfit. Okay. And then... Who's that? Oh, that's actually... That's it. That looks pretty nice. But that's not your formal wear. That's probably the least awful thing that somebody's shown up in. Okay, and then... What are you doing? Okay, who are we still waiting for? Also, why is everybody, like, showing up from all these, like, random areas? Okay, wait. A child? I will not know peace. Sorry if I'm, like, locked in, but I will not know peace until we get this wedding over with. I will not know peace until... Why? What? What are you wearing? What is... Well... I'm not saying it's a bad look. I don't hate it. Hey, it's not your outfit though. Also, why are you? You're. Dresser, can you please? Also the baby. Okay, who's still missing? You're here. I think we're just missing who's somebody's husband, I think. Regina's husband, I think, is not here yet. I think that's it. Maybe we should have... Okay, hold on. Well, what are you doing? How are you gonna go? No, don't take a nap. You're about to get married. Go over here. Okay. Ceremony activities. I'm gonna save. I'm gonna save. Okay. Everybody lock in. Okay. Because if we just do... Please take your seats. I'm gonna checking everybody because we're not gonna do any of the other nonsense. Is the question is though, is the officiant... Yeah, okay. You're going up. I do not remember my thought now. I gave up on that. Okay. Where'd you get that water cup? What are you wearing? Okay, and then we gotta make sure. Okay, not you with the book. Like, once again with the book. I also think it's funny when the Sims like sit in like random seats. I'm like, why are you not next to your wife? Your wife is next to somebody else, and then there's just random teen here. I guess I wouldn't say random teen. Okay, you're coming. You better be skadoodling. We're still missing, I think, Regina's husband. I have no clue where this man is. Oh well, his loss. We're inviting him out of the kindness of our hearts, and he's not even here, so. Are you stuck? Why are you not coming to sit? Are you stuck? Oh, I think she's stuck. Okay. Sir, where do you think you're going? I'm just gonna click this one more time. 1 minute here. Please take your seats. Just to make sure. Wait, yeah, he's missing. I don't see Regina's husband on the list. What if he died? What happened to that man? Where are you going? Stop trying to read books. This is your wedding day. Okay, I think we got everybody. Of course, now there's like 4 empty chairs. When I put... Because I think like we were just missing 1 chair. But now that Regina's husband is just not here for some reason. Oh look, the toddler's still... It's like her husband and infant are not here, but she brought the toddler who's just who's just chilling over here. Is the toddler not someone wants to read before their ceremony? Okay, listen. Yeah, because the toddler's selected, so you would think that the toddler would come, like, walk over, I don't know. Okay. Everybody's sat. We're doing this. Sims weddings really have to be commanded like the military. Oh man, okay. Take a nice screenshot. There we go. Send down. Oh, actually, I guess walk down aisle. And then we'll hope this, if this don't work, I just gave up on okay, and now, well, where are you at? Okay, you're right there, good. I'm gonna give you a little bit of energy. Okay, we're gonna play wedding music, and then you're gonna walk down the aisle. Oh. Oh wait. I forgot to turn off headlight effects. I don't know if I've ever done the like play music thing for weddings. I don't think I even registered that that was a thing. Wow. Oh, I should, why not him facing that way? He's not even watching his, oh my gosh, she's reading. He's not even watching Rat come down, like walk down the aisle. Can't believe this. Well, hey, listen. Okay, everybody's sitting. Okay, everybody's sat. There's like one dude missing. Don't even care about that, honestly. It's fine. The music kills me. Okay, exchange vows. Let's see how this goes. Oh my god, okay, it's happening, we're doing it. And it's still daylight out. We can actually see, it's not dark. This is a big moment for us. What about like, is this like a good screenshot? Yeah, we'll see. Just like, we're just awkwardly back here. Hooray, we're doing it. We're doing it. It's happening, it's working. It's working, we're doing it. Oh my god. It's because I didn't even bother friggin' trying to deal with everybody else involved in this. It was just all for... Oh. 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 Hey. Oh my god, he is here! Whatever. Send up... Can we wait ceremony activities? Is there, gather at aisle... No, yeah. I thought, oh yeah, what are we even... Why? Who is dancing and drinking and... Whatever, okay. Oh, I did first dance too. I don't know about that. Here, have guests throw rice or something. Here, can y'all walk down the aisle together? Or walk up the aisle together, I guess. Let's see if this works. Oh. I'm all like... Nothing about like having to go around. Well, nothing. Oh, what are you wearing? He shows up late wearing that. Okay. Well. Oh, flea bazoo. Okay, well. We did that. Now where are we doing the... Everybody come and sit in here, I guess? I don't know. Gather. Wait, gather for recession. What do you get? Ceremony activities. I guess is there music? Is there a speaker out here for music? Where is it? Is there? That's the only dance floor, right? Is there? Oh yeah, there is. Turn on. What, romance? There we go. And then we'll make it loud. Well, did it work? Certain activities. Gather for first dance. Stop. Who are you? Get out of here. There we go. Have your first dance. I gotta get this man on my screenshots. Now they're just all gonna... Oh, God, get this man out of my screenshots, man. Oh. Cute. I'm about to... Hold on, let me just... Okay, I can't avoid this man in my screenshots. I gotta put him in... Oh, we gotta put him in an outfit. Dresser. There. There, that's better. And the sun is still kind of out. Why? Oh, Bobby's not looking too good. That's fine. Was a little tempted to just delete him. I won't delete the child, but I'll just delete this man. I don't care if it's one of our best friends' random husbands. I'll delete him. I'll get rid of this man. Wow. Oh. Now what? Oh. Okay, now everybody's dancing. Oh. Yeah, they're just gonna bust it down. The toddler is just back there. Girl, go get your child. Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can get them to sit and then see if we can get people to gather for toasts? Should we? Is there like a way? Who gives speeches? I don't know. Oh, okay, so we can make somebody give speech. Okay. Got it. Oh, that's where the... Wait, request toast from Henrietta. There we go. Okay, got it, got it. Let's see if this will work. That's not your chair, Bobby! I'm just gonna cheat that up a little bit. Is this gonna work? Not this kid. Where is everybody? Hello? What are y'all doing? Hello? What is everybody? Why is everybody over here? Hello? This is not... Okay, well, some people are over here, and then other people are over there. You know what?
Ebeton, Yeftime Kisib, Stulain Arugaba.
You know, we got the wedding part done. I think that's all we could really ask for. I guess that's... Did we do everything? Oh, we didn't do speeches. Everybody gather here. Where's the, gather for speeches? Oh. Give speech. Here, we can have Mouse for give a speech, I guess. Do you think everybody's actually gonna gather? Well, where's the speech happening? It's dark over here. Maybe we should put food out, I guess. I don't know. Now there's lights. Yeah, there's still a toddler somewhere. Don't really know what's going on there. So did we not hire a piano person? Well, the wedding was a success, so. I like how they're still just all gathering around the... Can y'all just like, why can't I make people sit? If I do, here, time to eat. I'll make everybody eat and then maybe they'll all sit down, I don't know. No? Maybe? I know, okay, people are eating. It's just... The silence and the sounds of the crickets is really funny. Is everybody gonna sit? Oh my god, I'm actually oh, the toddler showed up! The toddler showed up for food. Got it. Well, is this like a real, is this that big of a success? No. The wedding part was fine. I guess. Yet to have a wedding since getting wedding stories. You gotta say it's not filling you with confidence. I will say, this is the first time that I think we've had a wedding go not that great. But also I think this is the first wedding where I've actually tried to do a bunch of stuff. So maybe that's on me, I don't know. Ask about tarot. Do you have tarot cards? Also, ads are about to start, so I'll take a little break. I'm gonna go heat up my leftover fries while some ads run. Maybe leave y'all with a little game to play. There. Hi. Sims 4 summer sale going on right now. There's from now until, does it say when it ends? From now until July 10th. So if you're watching this on YouTube, you have until Thursday, July 10th, 2025. There's discounts of up to 60% off of selected packs. Businesses and hobbies is discounted for the first time. There's a 20% discount on businesses and hobbies right now. Let's see, what do they say? Cats and dogs is 60% off. Island living, cottage living is 50% off. Businesses and hobbies 20% off. But yeah, a bunch of other stuff is on sale. So you have until July 10th. Good. Now's a good time to buy packs. Buy your packs. Friendly reminder. Before I became a content creator and a member of the EA Creator Network, because now I get packs thanks to the EA Creator Network. I only bought my Sims packs on sale. Only bought them on sale, so now's a good time. Don't forget to use code MOMO and I get a little kickback on every time somebody uses my code. Thanks to the EA Creator Network. Funded by Life and Death. Huge. I am and was wise, yeah. Gotta buy a coffee table and a dining room table. Those are important, yeah. Make sure you buy important life purchases before Sims packs. Let me send the last 3 kits right now, but last one, yeah, kits will never have discounts. Which one? What were the last 3 kits? Creator kits? Or, CC kits? CC, those? What were the last kits? Anyway, let's just continue with this, I guess. closed for old. Oh yeah, old people. Oh, and the resto workshop. Yeah, which I haven't even like done anything with yet. You know what? No. You know what? Are you reading? He's reading a book to his toddler. Since we don't really have anything else to do with Rat right now, because, you know, we finished Gen 2, maybe we could have Rat do some of the restoration workshop stuff, just to, like, see what's going on there. So why not, I guess. But also, how many kids you wish they would at least let you bundle them? Honestly, though, they should do, like, a kit bundle at some, like, that would be a really smart idea, I feel like. But also... Oh. Okay. Anyway. Can we stop the wedding? When does the wedding go until? It's already we should probably, yeah, let's end, wedding's over. It's time to go home. House. All right, everybody, let's go home. Anyway, I got distracted by the child just floating there. Major core strength. Honestly, though. True, actually. All right, we did it. Wedding with success, I guess. I didn't crash house. That's a good thing. I lost my thought again. No remember, only forget. Good night. Get some rest. Oh my god. Why don't you go to bed too? You go sleep. Bobby go and recharge. And then you two go have like a little wedding woohoo. Post-wedding woohoo. All right. When does he age up to a? And he literally ages up to an elder in 3 days, and now he's having a midlife crisis. Got it. Wait, where is the midlife crisis? Oh, there it is. Sleep in a coffin. Oh, build a treehouse. Perform 5 camping activities. Locate and explore a sylvan glade. Summer sale is also on console, but it ends on July 2nd. Ah, nice. Yeah, a little pre-elder crisis. Not quite midlife crisis, because your life's almost over. But, unsatisfied, woohoo. I see that on the, okay. What are... It's 3 a.m. You're just going for a little swim? Okay. Get to work, snowy escape, or jungle adventure. Get to work. I think get to work. Wait, but what does chat say? I feel like, because I'm thinking about it, I'm like, well, jungle adventure, do I ever use jungle adventure? No. So it's like between get to work and snowy escape. But also like, it depends on your type of gameplay. But like, I definitely use get to work the most. Also, yeah, get to work because aliens, so. Aliens do come. Oh god, aliens do come and get to work. So, Scrungle is blue. I don't think that's supposed to. Scrungle, where are you? Scruggle's blue. We gotta take Scrungle to the vet. Big Snowy Escape stand. I do love Snowy Escape.
So
I think it is a good pack. I love the build buy. I love the world and like other stuff. But also I'm like, I don't really use it that much. I feel like aliens for sure, and then the world from Snowy Escape. Yeah. Plus, like, I mean, Get to Work adds a bunch of, more like careers and stuff. It does add the playable careers. Sorry, I just looked over. So this song that's playing right now, they updated the video. You know, on Spotify, it plays like little video clips sometimes with songs. Most of the time, it's like a music video, right? So for the song that's playing right now, they changed it to be clips from Twilight. It's just clips from Twilight now. Like, huh? Hello, Simmer. I'm here to not know anything. That's fine. We're just hanging out. We're just chilling. The crisis part of today that I've been dreading and crashed out over on Tuesday is over with. So now we just get to chill. Oh, you want to see it? Wait, hold on. I don't want to like show my whole Spotify. There it is. It's just honestly though, I get it. Yeah. Just Twilight. All right, Scrungle, we gotta go to the vet. Gotta take you to the vet because you're blue, just like the filter that they put over the Twilight movie. It's just clips of his dog. Wait, love that actually. Where is here, Brindleton Bay. But also I feel like Snowy Escape build buy is good, yes, but also it's a very specific build buy. Cause I mean it's Japanese inspired. You know, I mean, like the world is Japan. So like, is it good build by? Yeah, it's incredible. It's amazing. But also, it's literally like, it's specific. We have the video player turned off because it uses so much CPU. Oh, unless you want to see the album art. Well, I mean, I still see like the album art in one corner, and then like the video plays in another. So, you know. First escape bias, that's fair. I'm trying to think logically. Science scrungling for curing thing. Oh, what do you mean there's no... Hello, can you disappear? Hello? There we go. The legacy challenge you're doing, the gen you're on, has to have all children through a pair. Oh. Through affairs, mail-based sim. Well, I wouldn't say that alien abduction MPreg counts as an affair. You know? That's a... We could really go into this. I was about to say that's we could like if we really want to get into it. Hey, you know how the first Alien movie, Alien 1, is about forced you know, forced impregnation. And there's a reason why in the first Alien movie, it is only, there's no, like, women characters that have the aliens, like, coming out of them, you know? It's only men. It's all for a reason. Yeah. Ever just think about that? Or do I just really love the Alien movies? Think about it. I knew you'd get me. Oh, Zag, you delve. Oh, I need to set up like more fun voices on my mixer. As you delve deeper into the dungeon, having avoided the big boulder, you come across a set of runes and a locked door. Roll to make an Arcana check to see if you can figure out what these runes mean. I'm rolling. A D17? Oh, no, I don't know. What's my modifier? Do I get a modifier on that? You got a 5? Ooh, that's rough. Okay, we'll do... You know what? We got a lot of money. We'll do the expensive treatment. Nothing but the best for Scrungle. Whatever your modifiers to that. I don't know. It depends on which D&D character we're talking about. I don't really feel like pulling up my D&D Beyond right now, but mine might be high. It might be pretty high. Okay, Scrungle, let's go home. Wait, no, Scrungle. There we go. Let's think about how Ripley was originally supposed to be a man, and when they cast a woman, they just changed the he's to she's in the script, and that's it. That I didn't know. They... You know, thinking about it, it's like, so she's the best written woman is so unfortunately true. Because I'm like watching the Alien movie, especially because the Alien movie came out, what, in 79? Yeah. You know, the first Alien movie came out in 79, so like, just watching it and then thinking about like when it came out and how well she was written for like a female character at the time, you know? Makes sense that she was supposed to be a man. You know, that unfortunately makes sense, but and it explains, you know, that it makes sense. That'll do it. That'll do it. What are you? Okay, Rat is back to up, and then our other child lost a tooth. Where are you? Hello? What? And oh, Wonder Ripley is one of the best female characters in cinema. Man, yeah, that wasn't haunting at all. Not at all. Okay, whose birthdays are next? Yeah, Cliff becomes an elder, and then Lizzie becomes a teenager the day after. What you just witnessed? The missing tooth bug that's been in The Sims for... Okay, also, something is wrong with Iggy. I feel like Iggy's been, like, bugged. Like, she's not really doing anything. She just kind of, like, stands there and does nothing, so I don't know what's going on. Right, what are you... Sir, you were there. Also, the fear of the dark thing still isn't going away, by the way. Remember when we did all that stuff to make it go away and it's still happening? Yeah. Not allowed to just stand and space out. ADHD, I guess. Okay, but she was standing, like, outside in front of the front door. Listen, you could stand there and space out, but maybe come inside the house, you know? come, oh. running from the pool to go take a shower out of fear is really fun. Stop! I'm so sick of the. You haven't? Not at my front door. I mean, but also I normally don't. I don't really don't stand in space out. I sit in space out. You know. I feel like it's very rare that I'm standing when I'm spacing out. If I'm standing and spacing out, it's in the kitchen. While I'm waiting for something to cook, you know? Or like if something's in the air fryer, I'll be like standing there. You know? Also, fun fact, ADD is not a term that's used anymore. It's just ADHD now. Has never had that pull into the driveway post work and space out because going inside is too much effort at the moment. No, no, I've never had that because every time I would get home from work, I would be like, I am going inside. I'd be like, what I would do is I would get into my car after work. Like I'd go from work to the car and sit there for a second. And then go home. You know? Cause like once I'm home, I'm in my house, you know? But it's like, it's from work to... Turns out ADHD and autism may have contributed to dissociative disorder. Yippee! Woohoo! Yippee! Don't you love when things cause other things, and then you're just like, yep. Also don't have that because usually as soon as you see your front door, your brain goes. Also, but I will say actually, when I end stream, what do you think I'm doing? I will sit here and I will just stare for a minute. But also, I don't really do that anymore. And I think it's probably because I'm on Adderall now. My brain being on, like, is my brain quiet? Yes. But, well, I guess because, like, when you do the, like, it's like, we have to, like, just kind of, you know. Now it's more so, like, sometimes I do just need to, like, sit in silence, though, so I'll, like, go, like, sit in the living room, like, on the couch, and I'll just, like, sit in silence. Like, I won't have the TV on or anything, I'll just, like, do that. Sometimes I still need to do that, but usually, like, right after stream, I need to, like, do more work and stuff, so I've gotten into my routine. Go get for bed and then put everything away and then just sit on the couch and stare. I'm just kind of watching everybody do their thing. We should probably give Bobby a tune-up. Toot up. Do the same. So you just need your quiet time. And then Mr. Goth will be like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I just need quiet time. I just need to sit here in silence. Like, it's not weird. If you want aliens, but not Kimura is gorgeous. Yeah, that's why I'm saying, like, I think it really depends on what kind of gameplay you do. You know, like what you're looking for. No thoughts, just screensaver. So far. To be fair, so it's one of those things. So like back in the 90s, and you know, like before, like, because when did they stop diagnosing people with ADD. It's basically one of those things where it's literally, they used ADD and ADHD as ways to put people into being like, oh, this one isn't as severe as this one, or like they're you know, blah blah blah, like whatever, but it's really just like one and the same, you know? There's not, they tried to use it to put people into like these different categories when they didn't need to be. Kind of like how Asperger's is not a thing anymore because they tried to use that. Well, one, you know, the guy who discovered it was a Nazi. So, you know, they don't use that anymore, but that was a way to be like, well, these people are autistic, but they could actually be functioning members of society, therefore they're the good ones. But they're still autistic. So they don't, it's just society has become more educated on things and have, you know, kind of made realizations. So, yeah, that, you know. But hey, you know, if a Nazi made if a thing is named after a Nazi, maybe we just don't, maybe we relook into that. Maybe we, maybe we reevaluate maybe, you know. But how much your understanding changes when you let go of the idea that only men/boys can have things, and also that people present things differently, and that doesn't mean that they don't have certain things, you know? Moving away from saying high or low functioning, yeah. You know? Also white people. Yup. Yeah, so it's not the fact that you have ADHD now, it's you've always had it. They just put you into a different category because that's what they did, and it made it seem like one was not as severe or, you know, different than the other when it's just a, you know, there's still different variations of ADHD, you know. It's because there's inattentive ADHD and what's the other? I don't even remember. I don't even know what I have. I just got ADHD. I don't know if I was given a specific. It's not perfect in general if you take every word literally. Yeah. Yep. It's a spectrum, much like everything. It's all a spectrum. I mentioned, unfortunately, one of those people that is back in my day, we didn't have all this ADHD and all. It makes me, it's so baffling to me that people are like, not everyone was autistic or had ADHD. It's like, yeah, because the people that did were put into mental facilities and given lobotomies. Have you thought about that? Karen? Like, identify hyperactive and combined type. Got it. It's almost like organizing humans and human behavior into groups and boxes doesn't work. Crazy thought. Welcome in. Why do people always assume you have what we know as ADD, even though you specifically said ADHD? You're also specifically diagnosed with a combined type, so the H is very relevant because you don't. The hyperactivity in you just makes you want to scream. Yeah, because I think that, like, because it's very much like the hyperactivity part, it's one of those where it was very, again, they looked at, you know, like young boys, like little boys being like, oh, they're all over the place, like blah blah blah, like that's what that is, right? But it's like that's not like specifically what that means, you know, like that can be presented in various ways, like this. Maybe I'm the crazy one. Growing up, ADHD was definitely overdiagnosed and medicated. I would definitely agree that it was probably, it's one of those things where it's like, because, especially because like they looked at it in such like specific ways, you know? I definitely think I could definitely like the over medicated part for sure because I feel like I think I was the only one in my family that was never medicated for it. My brother was medicated for it when he was younger, and so was my younger sister. But they stopped, my parents like stopped medicating my sister for it because as a very small child, the medication that I don't even remember what medication she was on, but it was making her have very not good thoughts for a very, very young child. So they were just freaking. I think that's one of the things too is that like older people think like everybody just wants to be medicated, like blah blah blah. It's like they were over medicating kids in the 90s. Like medical research in general primarily focused on white males and is only just barely starting to change now. Yeah. That's why there's so many of us who didn't get proper diagnoses until we were in our 30s. My favorite was she doesn't have autism, she's just shy. One of the reasons you weren't diagnosed with ADHD as a kid because you're a girl and the criteria is based off of how. Yeah, I think like, well, because I mean, I apparently was diagnosed with it. Because like it literally just runs in the family. But I also think because I have the combination ADHD and autism, it, you know, made things present differently. And I definitely like thinking about like me as a kid, definitely don't think I needed to be medicated for it, right? But it was just when I hit like high school. Like thinking back, I'm like, if I was medicated for my ADHD in high school, things would have been so different. Or if I had gotten like, had different things properly like set up for me, you know, things would have been so different, you know, like the proper help. No, you're still, I need to get you trained to stop jumping on the counter. I was also, okay, but like, see, the crazy thing is, I was also like not function, like I couldn't function in high school. Like I couldn't focus on anything because I had too many things going on. So like my focus was with like my friend group. I was hanging out with my friends, so I wasn't doing my homework. Like, cause I couldn't balance both things. But guess what? I was just called lazy. You know? I was just like, you're just being lazy. You're just being, you know, you're just not trying hard enough. You're just... Also thinking about that too, you know, my parents telling me that. But then I also apparently did have a diagnosis according to them for ADHD or ADD or whatever back then, right? And I'm like, okay, so you knew that the whole time, and you didn't think that there was a thing, there was something that could have been done, or you know, like, because I didn't know. I literally had no clue that I had a diagnosis until like a couple years ago when I asked my mom, and I was like, hey, I think I have ADHD, and she's like, you do. I'm like, huh? I'm sorry, what? Yeah, I also had siblings too, but my siblings didn't fail through high school, you know? Well, it's just got the, you just need to apply yourself, yeah. Viewed as a moral failing, yup. Yup. Failed elementary school, that should have been, yeah, I was about to say, I feel like failing elementary school, like that's a, like, probably something going on there, you know? I feel like that definitely is more of like a, there has to be something going on, right? Like, I feel like that's how like teachers and like parents would think, like, okay, something's going, like you can't get through elementary school, something's going on, right? But then like when it comes to high school, like when you're failing through high school, they're like, no, you're just being lazy. You're not trying hard enough. You should know better. Blah 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 blah. You know. I feel like they're so like. Teacher reached out to your mom about it. Yeah. On a school trip, you got one of those. Wait, Jokey Awards of never where they should be when they should. If not, one of the teachers was like, hey, maybe this is the reason. Oh my god. Was it middle school when your dad casually dropped that your sister had it during the doctor's appointment? You're like, huh? Realized that's a vacation we were taking. You were taking as kids and then both of you. Oh. No. Why are you sad? People peeling away from me feeling hurt by somebody nearby. Who hurt you? Was it Bobby? You and Bobby getting into beef? Personal rift. Not the personal rift with the servo. Still that night diagnosed, been thinking about if it's a good 3-year way where you're at. For what specifically? For like ADHD, I mean, I guess it really depends. I feel like when it comes to getting like an ADHD diagnosis, I would definitely say it'd be worth it, especially if you're one of those people that thinks that medication would help. Because you can only get on medication if you have a diagnosis. Right? And literally being medicated has changed my life. It's literally like words can't explain how much it just changed my life. And then when it comes to an autism diagnosis, I feel like it's a personal thing. Because some people think that it's worth it depending on depending on how you think it would help you in certain situations. Because it's one of those things, it's expensive, it's time consuming, you know. The reason why I got a formal diagnosis was because I was getting tested for anything. I was basically like, okay, well, I needed to get a new ADHD diagnosis because my parents' medical records are just, we've moved so many times, we don't know where any medical records are, so I was like, I need a diagnosis if I want to get medicated, right? So I was like, okay, I have to get diagnosed for ADHD. But also thinking, like, I want to be put on, like, anxiety meds and stuff, so I need to have, like, a formal, like anxiety disorder, like, diagnosis too. And then was like, do you think that I'm autistic? So I'm like, do I want a diagnosis? But then also was like, thought, like, I do have symptoms of, like, I have, like, minor OCD. Like, I have, like, a specific kind, but it's, like, anxiety related, so I don't have, like, an actual OCD diagnosis. But it's like, yeah, but, like, not enough. Like, it's just anxiety, so you just have generalized anxiety disorder, like, type of thing. So I was like, okay, there's like a million different things, so I'm just gonna do a whole, you know, like, when I talked to the psych, I was like, okay, these are all the things that I have concerns about. So those were the things that were focused upon, but it was just like a whole, like, testing. It was like how long was I there? I don't think I was there for no, you're not erratic. I don't think I was there for the whole time that she said it might take. I think we did it pretty quickly, but oh, toilet's broke. Still repair. But also, it's one of those things too that if you get like an ADHD, like ADHD and dyslexia are like this. It's one of those things that, like, they go hand in hand too. You know, your autism diagnosis got you a disability, which basically makes you more independent because you receive money for now. Yeah, that's definitely you know, a benefit. So that's why I'm like, it's one of those things that, like, if you're seeking an autism, or like if you're thinking about an autism diagnosis, think of the ways that like how, like, is there like benefits to, like, getting it, and, you know, like, all that stuff. Yeah, a lot of neurodiversities overlap as well. Because I didn't realize that I have dyslexia. I didn't think about it, because when I thought of dyslexia, I was like, I always thought of it as, like, you see words jumbled on paper, or that, like, you, like, you know, that was what I thought about it. But then I realized, I'm like, wait, I am dyslexic, but it's when I'm like reading something out loud, or like sometimes when I'm talking, my words get jumbled up. Like when I'm speaking, which is also dyslexia. Or like when you're reading, like if you're like reading something and words get like mixed up. When you're reading, like you can, like it looks fine, like it looks fine on paper, but then when it comes out of your mouth, words are mixed, like turned around. Yeah, as far as I have, it's called stealth dyslexia. Yeah, so it's not just, so the dyslexia is not just like physically like seeing things mixed up. It's like your brain also like mixes up when you go to like talk, which is why I didn't think that I had it. Dyslexia and hyperlexia at the same time somehow. Oh. Wait, what is hyperlexia? Neat. Yeah, you can be neat. Hell yeah. You know what? We got the wedding over with, so I'm just gonna be chilling the rest of the gameplay. I always thought it mostly appeared as spelling issues with letters swapped. Yeah, I thought so too. They thought you couldn't read as a kid because you jumbled them up when you read out loud. Yeah, I'd jumble stuff up all the time, and I'm sure y'all have. Y'all have definitely heard me, especially when we do those blog post readings, when like new Sims packs and stuff are coming out and I'm reading the blog posts. It takes all of my power to like really concentrate and not jumble up words. It like is so hard for me. Like I try really hard. In the UK, there was a recent TV show about autism, ADHD, and dyslexia. The song the guy made about dyslexia made oh dang. Categorized by word reading ability well above what oh. I need to repeat something back or read it out loud, especially stream. Yeah. One of the things that you know, it's interesting, one of the things that I got that when I got my you stop, don't eat trash. When I was getting tested is I had to like repeat. Go on the counter again. The psych would list off words or like numbers, and I'd have to like repeat them back to her. And so she'd go like 1, and I'd go like 1, and then she'd be like 1, 2. I go 1, 2, and then kept like adding on to that. And then another one was she would like list off just like a bunch of words in a row. So she'd list them all off, and then she'd be like, okay, now repeat back to me in order as much as you can. But also like they didn't have to be in order. She's just like, repeat back to me as many of the words as you can remember. And we did that over and over and over again. That was whew. Also, I feel like, because I mean, again, when it came to, because like I had apparently been tested for autism when I was younger, twice apparently. And then my mom said that I never got diagnosed because I was too smart. Too smart. Like, oh. Because you can't be smart and autistic. Cool, got it. You can't have straight A's in elementary school and be at a high reading level. And I don't know. I like did really well in like elementary school. I did okay in middle school, I think, but did those tests recently for research. One of your friends did for her internship, and the words you did pretty well, but numbers. Oh, I'm Milam. Yeah, I was about to say, like, throughout history, isn't it just like in history, like most of like the smartest people in history were probably autistic? Like, isn't that like a fact? Oh, you're fighting for your son right now. Oh, I wish you good luck. the hearing evaluations you have to do every other year. You have to listen for sentences, and then they add background noise and noise. No. We thought test people were stereotypically considered to be smart. Yeah. No, stop jumping on the counter. Hello. Oh, well, you got down, so. We felt about that because we put 91 when the answer was 19. Oh. Hi. Little dog in my office. So this 3 and is already reading and adding? Dang. When you heard your official diagnosis a few years ago, you had to pay to be assessed twice because the first dude was an old man who told you were too smart. And that sometimes very smart people just go looking for problems. I would have crashed out on that guy. Not to alarm me, but everybody wants to really. Whoa. Is the music still loud? I'm just now realizing. It's probably not that loud. But I forgot that I turned it up a little bit. God told you couldn't have depression because you were a very pretty girl. Joke's on them. Got him. Wouldn't say it's loud. Yeah, it's just more obvious, maybe, I guess. Yeah, I literally can't believe, like, the two, it literally, every time I think about it, just the, you're too smart to be autistic, like, I'll show you too smart. So when people believe me, when people believe me when I say I'm depressed, or they say I'm ugly? Meant to be assessed because your undiagnosed neurodivergence has led to a permanent seizure disorder, but sure, I was just looking for problems, yeah. Wait, you've also been told you're too smart to be autistic and too pretty to be depressed / anxious. It's like, it's like I wish being too pretty made me not depressed and anxious. I wish that was the case. Tell it to my psychiatrist. Waiting for surgery on Monday, your husband was like, wait, you're having fun, right? Because you were taking medicine and with all the nurses and your surgeon. Special interest, but I hadn't realized. Oh, man. Ads. I'm not going to pause. I'm going to save the game, but I'm not going to pause because there's nothing going on. Someone's very understanding about your depression today, and you literally just got such a good haircut, so somebody's lying. Alright, who's lying? Bobby, you need to go. Recharge. Are we gonna get to... Hold on. We might be aging Cliff up to an elder today, before episode ends. I'm not sure. Friends were making jokes about ADHD, that sister told them we were both diagnosed, and then they found out they were kind of religious people who didn't believe in ADHD and told you it was all in your head. Well, I mean, yeah, it is in you know. It's all in your head. Well, yeah, kinda. I just don't like. Yeah, I don't believe in that, actually. There's literal studies. That's another thing. Not to be a super atheist, but imagine being religious and saying ADHD is all in your head, but okay, what about the big man in the sky? I know that's another thing to, and I'm sure that like the Christians and other like religious people in chat. It's such an interesting, because like when people ask me like if I'm religious, and I'm like, well yeah, kind of, but then I feel like there's such like a very specific, like when you think of somebody religious, you know, not that it's like a negative term, but I think that people have like a very specific like view of that, right? Well, I guess I would also just say like I'm spiritual, you know? I feel like that's probably a better way to put it. But anyway, like I'm sure that it's super aggravating and annoying for, I just can't think of like, I just can't think of the you know, like religious people who, you know, are good. You know, the ones of you who are actually who are great, and then you have to deal with the people who are like, I don't believe in ADHD. I don't believe, like, God gives his toughest battles to his strongest soldiers. That was, you know, after getting diagnosed with Crohn's, right? The amount of people that I had tell me that, you know, because everybody's like, God has plans for everybody. And it's like, oh, he gave you this because he knew you could handle it. Yeah, gave a debilitating, lifelong, chronic disease to a 9-year-old child. Like, and then you as an adult, you're gonna sit there and tell me that I had to go through all this for a reason? Like, this is the craziest thing that I've ever been told, I think. There's religious and then there's religious derogatory, yeah. Yeah. There's also people who are super atheists and don't believe in mental health stuff. That's true too, yeah, because there's also the people who are like super atheists, just be like, just do yoga. Oh. Thanks for coming back. Gotta give you his toughest battle. Oh, so like chronic illness, autism, OCD, and a pig butt. No, see, actually, God gave me all these problems because he knew I would be too powerful if I didn't have them. Thanks. Sorry, she knew that I'd be too powerful if my tummy didn't hurt all the time. That's actually the reason. That people exist everywhere for those with eyes to see. Yeah, I got nerfed. This is gonna be too powerful. Funny thing that they were right, it's all in my head, but not for the reason they think. They think I'm playing it up when it's literally how your brain is designed. Yeah. God gave you enough to back 100% true, not clickbait. Oh my god, speaking of effed up back, I got I just ordered like a compression like band thing for my like lower back and like hips. I'm super excited to get it. We should all just join the cult of MomoMisfortune. We could be like among like-minded people. You missed our whole conversation about cults this morning. We literally, like before we started playing The Sims, we had a whole conversation about cults and Mormons and Amish people and the Mennonites. I feel like every now and then, maybe like every couple of months, we just talk about the Mormons. Cause sometimes it just blows, like even because we have a couple ex-Mormons in the chat, in the community. But you ever just think, sometimes I just like to think about them, like, just how wild, like, cause it was just a guy, I'm just like, it was just a guy. You have a theory? I'm hearing you out. Yeah, I love a theory. Ask for an update. Wait, update when I get what? What did I say? Oh, the back thing. Yeah. No, for sure. Ooh, what is that? New Blaziken EX and Volcania Premium Collection coming soon. Amazon exclusive. Oh, what is that? All content creators are cult leaders or one step away from cult leaders. Yeah. Chat, you know how we were talking about earlier where, because I was making the joke, I'm like, nobody, like who in the community would fall for a cult, right? And then somebody made the joke being like, well, I'm here, aren't I? And I'm like, haha, I gotcha, a cult, right? But then we had the conversation of like, I don't like fully believe, I don't think that anybody is immune to joining a cult. I think that it could literally happen to anybody. But also now thinking about it, I'm like, ooh, yeah. I'm like, there's a content creator. I'm just like thinking about, well, no, I feel like there's actually a couple that I would probably fall for it. But the first one off the top of my head is Markiplier. Like, no, yeah, I think if Markiplier started a cult, I would fall for it, actually. No, I would. Yeah. Think about the BTS army. Are BTS fans in a cult? Yeah, wait, are there any BTS army people in the chat? I think y'all are in a cult, actually. Oh man. Start charging $2 for happiness, please. Send self-addressed stamped envelope. Used to be. I don't think your stan status. Yeah, I think there's a difference between being a fan and a stan. Do you have any photo cards that you decorate with stickers and carry around with you? Or however in the cult of One Direction. You know what? Yeah. Okay, I will. Yeah, Swifties. That's a cult. You're in a cult for sure. Lububu cult. No, that's just I want to call the Lububu. I feel like there's a difference between, you know, like, would I join the Labubu cult? Yes, actually. But, because, like, it's not like it's, well, I mean, the guy who made Labubu, you know, he's not like it's the one, like, he's not the one that's in charge of it, you know? Like, he's not really, like, you know, he's the creator. I would say it's Pop Mart specific. The cult of Pop Mart. You know, where you can't stop consuming Pop Mart stuff. Not like Labubu specific. It'd definitely be Pop Mart in the Labubu branch, you know? Just finished with their military, or their service in the military too. Yeah, true. I did see that the last BTS... Why is the male person going through our house? Anyway, happy for you BTS fans. Biggest cult ever, Scientology. Yeah, every time I'm in downtown Detroit, there's a Scientology building in downtown Detroit. Never watched Markiplier, but everyone you've ever heard talk about him would absolutely fall for his cult. People love that man. Yeah, he's really charismatic. You know. Can I switch from T-Swift to the Heartstopper official playlist on Spotify? End of the year might have variety this year. Ayo. It's a good reminder to, like, make sure people you're engaging with are authentic and not being malicious. Oh yeah, never. This is one of those I think actually we had this conversation the other day too. To never put people on like a pedestal. Because literally, like, I feel like it's one of those things where there's a lot of like long time content creators, like Markiplier, I should say, where basically like people who've been creating creating content as long as he has, or maybe even longer. I feel like most of the people who suck, we already know they suck. You know, because I feel like when you're on the internet and like doing stuff for a extended period of time, if you're gonna be a terrible person, we would have known by now, right? Always ask what someone receives if you watch them. I also really like, did anybody watch, I think this was actually a while ago, maybe even like a couple years ago, when Markiplier did the video with Anthony Padilla. It was like the interview. And he literally admitted that he makes like an insane amount of money that he doesn't know what to do with, but he just donates like most of what he earns from like YouTube and stuff. Cause he's like, it's too much money. And like, so hearing somebody, if you haven't watched it, I would definitely recommend going to watch that. But that's one of those things where you're like, yep. He was, yeah, full transparency and stuff in that video. It was a good video. It was a good interview. If you switch to Facebook groups you're in, you remember one that was trying to get everyone to vote? Trying to get everyone to vote for her in some random award show. And one of the mods was like, don't say that. Don't say that so-and-so should win instead, where Taylor groups were just to. Made that much money to do the same? Yeah, no. I feel like it's one of those things where people are like, I feel like a lot of people, right? We have this like idea in our head, like, oh, if we made, like if we had like certain amounts of money, like what would we do with it, right? And I feel like, especially for Markiplier, I'm sure he's probably gotten everything, like, probably bought a house and like, got, like did all the stuff, like, right? So then like, if you just keep generating and earning like tons and tons of money, like it's just gonna sit there, like I'd probably make sure, I'd make sure I'm taken care of. I'd probably make sure like my family's taken care of, like I definitely make sure like myself, family, everybody's like set, taken care of, right? And then just donate tons of money, Oh, true, yeah, and that was the other thing too. Like Markiplier was literally on, like, after the LA fires, he was literally on the streets with like a chainsaw, like clearing up debris and like cutting like tree, like he was literally just like talked about how he just went out on the streets and like helped clean up his neighborhood and like helped people, and I'm like, commission every artist you ever wanted for big paintings and then donate and make moves to influence. So true. So many huge content creators love to downplay how much they make. I want to keep being relatable while living in an LA mansion. Yeah. I'm like, I don't need, if I'm going to watch somebody, I don't need you to be relatable on like a deep, like personal level. I need you to be relatable in like a I know that you also have ADHD or are autistic way. That's pretty much it. If I'm looking for relatability, that's pretty much it. Like, I want to watch you just get excited about something silly, or like whatever. Like, I don't care if you wear designer clothes, even though like I don't think I've watched anybody that wears designer clothes or whatever. I'm like, I don't need to relate to you with while you're sitting in your mansion on like that kind of a level, like, Jen sent me Jenna Marbles when she was online. She was so genuinely grateful to be able to buy their house. Yeah, is still so outspoken and also actively participates in protests. Yeah, seeing his like on his Snapchat stories when he was at the protests this past weekend, like seeing, like actually being able to see people, like be able to do stuff like that, right? Some people, like people that you look up to, or people that you enjoy watching. Because I'm like, it's not that I like look up to content creators, right? I don't really like look up to anybody, I don't think, in like that kind of sense, but like admire or like maybe admire is not what's the word I'm looking for. Appreciate, enjoy, Did y'all see Julian showing off Jenna's Labubus though? Did y'all see that? They've become Labubu people. And Julian's talked about Labubu so much recently. Knowing that Jenna Marbles and me have the same Labubu. Sorry, it's just really fun. She has ZZ. I have ZZ. We're in a really fancy PC versus a regular PC. Just want to watch you enjoy what we do on stream. Yeah, yeah, you're just like, yep. And then I saw something, because I saw it was like a TikTok, it was like a clip from Julian's stream when he was showing off the Labubus, or Jenna's Labubus, and somebody in the TikTok comment was like, man, really, like, we could have had a Jenna Marbles turning myself into a Labubu video. And I'm like, don't say that. Don't say that. That hurts me. Hurts me, no. But I'm also glad that she's... I also saw another... It's really interesting. Oh, I think it's because this year hits like 5 years that she's been gone from the internet. And it was like some, I don't know, some channel that does stuff like talking about how she's literally the only she's still the only content creator that's like, I'm leaving the internet, I'm done, like blah, 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 who has done that and has stayed gone, you know? You know? And I'm like, still have such mad respect for that. She is doing great. We would definitely join Occult Warfare. Kill the people buying your little guys like that. I would buy one. So fast. I need you to... Why aren't you eating? Make food. Cook. Maybe? Thanks. Thanks. What should we make, actually? Had churros last night. Ooh. I want that in real life, actually. Taco casserole. Ooh, out of clay. Like homemade originals. Yeah, I've seen. I think there's a few people that do this actually. That I've seen, like, people make like handmade handmade plushies, but they're all different and unique. Like, I've seen somebody do plushies. Some of them, I think, like, some of them are similar, but most of them, it's like makes like a few that are all like unique and then does a drop, but they're also, you know, expensive because they're handmade and it takes time, right? But I've also recently saw somebody who's making homemade like plush keychains, because, you know, Labubus are so popular, so they're making like plush keychains, and they're like all like, they're the same ones, but they're like different colors and like stuff like that, and then like sell those. And I'm like, that's awesome. I think people realize the way people disrespect Julian online sometimes. When I talk about Jenna, that would not make her want to return more. She's going to come back for the people who disregard and disrespect her little husband. Oh yeah. Yup. It still like blows my mind that some people literally like own like that's all they care, like that's all they care about, you know? Oh, of course they're bad, just putting it out there. I feel like I would argue though that like that all cults are bad. I feel like that's the point of it being a cult, you know? That if it's a cult, it's bad. You know, because I don't think, like, historically, I don't think there's been a good cult. You know? Yeah, there's a difference between cult and community, you know? They're big differences, you know? Yeah, but like historically, like if it's called a cult, that's a bad thing. And it's called a cult because it's gotten to the point where it is a bad thing. Because it's I'm trying to like hold on, I'm forming my thoughts. It's semantics. It's community clubs are things that can be good and joke about being a cult because people seem devoted to it, but it's not the same thing. Yeah. Dangerously fanatical ideology. Yes, that's definitely, yeah, I think that's Yep. I was trying to think of like the like, you know, the not cult is tied to terms like excessive and obsession. So there's implications. I was also like thinking like devotion, but like, you know, in like a negative sense, you know? Cult is a word to describe something dangerous. Take the danger away and you have a following. But I would also say that like, because it's interesting because, you know, when you think of things like things being cults, you know, like Jehovah's Witnesses or like, you know, Mormons, like being in a cult, like, would you consider those things, you know, dangerous? Not necessarily, but also like maybe like harmful. But it's one of those things that kind of like, there's like a fine line, like, yeah, it's complicated, more nuanced than just a label, yeah. You're devoted, but like in the malice, harmful, dangerous bits. Because there's, you know, the dangerous cults that, you know, the classic dangerous cults that, you know, have made people do some things, you know? For, you know, if you know your cult history. Oh, can you repair the sink, please? And then there's just like the classic cult of devote your entire life to around this thing, I guess. Callback labels don't work. Yeah, don't drink the Kool-Aid. Yeah, I guess I would say like it's the complete like devotion. You know? And I think like within what makes cults dangerous is the complete and utter devotion to the thing that the cult is about, wherein that you will literally do anything and everything to stay a part of the community of that cult. You know, yeah, the unquestionable devotion. You don't question anything. You just do it. Like drinking the Kool-Aid. They just did it. Unquestionable devotion. Mob mentality is, yeah. Yup. Exactly. Particle is also isolation from other things and people. Yeah. Because that was like another, like, if you're, you know, they're taking you away from your family, your friends, isolating you. Especially because that was Charles Manson's cult, right? And they drink. Or what am I thinking of? No. I'm thinking of a different, no, shoot, what What cult am I thinking of? Where they drank the Kool-Aid. Jonestown. Yeah. Yeah. Because it literally started in one place and then literally got up and moved the cult to like somewhere in South America, I believe, right? To like further like isolate people from their friends and family. General policy. If it's not safe to say no, then it's not safe to say yes. I think it would. So is that South America or was it Africa? Sometimes there's conversations I imagine what it'd be like for YouTube viewers who put on some Sims content in the background to get here. Listen, but I also feel like it's one of those things like I feel like Sims girlies and I would consider this is in, you know, we're talking about cults. I'd feel like it's in the same realm as like true crime, you know? Sims girlies gotta love the true crime. I bet there's a lot. Hey, if you're watching this on YouTube and you're loving this conversation, comment down below. Are you a Sims girly and a true crime girly? Girly being gender neutral. So, Africa, so, okay. Which one is it though? About serial unalivers? Oh. Talk about this 1v1 as well. It's funny, I wouldn't call myself like a true crime person necessarily. Like I don't consume true crime content in the way that a lot of people do, but I do occasionally and do love it, you know? I have recently watched a lot of like Call Me Chris's like true crime and like cult like her videos talk about like, I should say I do love learning about cults and serial killers. Caught. You got me. Love Sims and true crime. Chris's Manson fan video before this. I still need to watch that one. That's her newest one, right? I need to watch it. Started criminology and psychology for a few years. Got a diploma in everything. Just can't engage with that stuff these days. Fair, though. Stop making a mess. No. We need to repair Bobby, too. No, wait. Parenting. Firm. Or strict. No, firm. No mess. Very particular about true crime content because people can be very icky to explain. Yeah, no, exactly. I think that's why I haven't really consumed true crime content, because it's one of those things that I feel like there are, unfortunately, a lot of people out there that talk about things and do things in such a, like the way they handle it. Yeah, it's very exploitive. And just weird and stuff. I do really appreciate, like, if you watch like Call Me Chris, the way that she like talks about stuff, I do really appreciate it, because it's very much like how it's always, I always appreciate like when she's talking about like what somebody's done and just is like, I hate like this person, I hope this person's rotting in hell type thing. You know, it's very relatable. Like saying the worst thing ever that somebody has done and then being like, I'm glad this person's dead. Like, not like, but you know, that type of thing. Oh, the true crime you usually watch is commentated by a criminology major. Yeah, very refreshing. So that's why I think I've always like avoided like true crime stuff, because I'm like, I don't want to like, you know, I don't really know, or I the fear of like watching somebody like describe or like talk about stuff and you're like, ugh, you know. So I think about how the victims' families feel, people constantly bringing up their trauma time and time again. Yeah, I think it's one of those, it's like, I'm trying to have a thought. I think it also depends, because, yeah, I mean, like, a lot of stuff that, I mean, a lot of the cases and stuff that people talk about didn't really happen that long ago. And there are still people alive that, you know, went through things, or, you know, because I think, didn't Call Me Chris have, like, interview somebody for, like, that, it was a kidnapping case, right? She, like, interviewed this woman who had gotten kidnapped, and, like, but the woman, like, talks, I think she's maybe, like, written a book about it, or, like, but it was, like, a famous case, and she's, like, she talks about it to people, to, like, shares her story, and, like, tries to, like, help people. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Yeah. And she interviewed her about, and that was super interesting too, because, like, I can't even imagine, like, talk, like, like, you know, one-on-one sitting and, like, listening to somebody, like, talk about their, like, kidnapping and stuff like that. Like, because the way, like, yeah, during that interview, Chris was just like, God, like, you're just sitting there and, like, listening to this, and you're like, man, like, how do you even, like, you know, even though this is a person who's, you know, like, has gone through that trauma, but does, like, constantly talk about it and, like, tries to help people and stuff like that, still, like, having to, like, or, like, sitting there and, like, hearing it, like, ugh. I saw an interview with the John Wayne Gacy survivor, and he talked about how it always gets weirded out when he tells a story to them, and she's like, you saw this thing in his house. Man. Okay. I'm just making sure everything's good. We're all good. Okay. Mm-hmm. Dude. We have a lot of we have a lot of points available. I was just thinking about that. I don't want to make, oh. Mastery perk bestower. I don't really want to get, I think I got a money tree. When did we get a money tree? We got a money tree, like, Gen 1 or 2 when I did the Vampire Legacy challenge. We just had so much money for, like, the rest of the legacy. And I'm like, we're on Gen 2 of Occult Legacy right now, and we already have a ton of money. Don't need a money tree. We don't need that. We're just chilling. How many more? Okay, we got, like, 1 day until your birthday. We'll get to age you up to an old man. We will get to age you up to an old man before we end stream, so. The rat has completed Soul's journey as a living sim, can now choose to be reborn. Wait, rat can be reborn. Did Tiger ever finish his soul journey? Let me remember. Then we got rewards where your sims don't get cool/hot anymore, and then instantly regretted because they meant they would autonomously wear their oh. Spend hours in CAS for them to disrespect me like that. Oops. I don't think he did either. Oh, Bobby's broke! We gotta wake up and fix Bobby real quick. Are you good? Okay, go to sleep. You go to sleep. Are we good? Oh, still getting fixed. Okay, no, I need you to go to sleep. My new knee brace. I also got, not only did I get a back compression thing, I had to get new knee, I got like knee compression sleeves. Because since I've started, well, I mean, I've always had, my knees have always been like, you know, arthritis and whatnot. But since I've been actively walking on my treadmill again, my knees are, it's been rough on my knees. This is super delayed, but there's summer stuff with the Sims Factor. Yeah. There's until July. When did I say? Until July 10th. And Businesses and Hobbies is going on sale for the first time. Also, med check. Med check. It should be at 20% off for Businesses and Hobbies. God, we're the group is already trying to make plans for TwitchCon this year. But if you do have to go alone, boo. Did you ever do hang one night? Yeah, I will be around. What in the chat? We need to get. By the way, chat. What is go? What? Hold on. At some point, I feel like sometimes I think that I should just make it so y'all can say the F word, but also it is still funny to not let y'all say it. Chat, we need a for our Discord server, we need a how do we do the we need to hit enough boosts to get a server tag. Yo, who up boosting the Discord server? Did I see yours? No? What's yours? Oh no, what is yours? I just saw Emrys K's. He's like, y'all like my new you like my new tag, new server tag? He made his server tag P. because piss wasn't allowed. Oh, sorry. No, piss wasn't available. Wait, do you think Colt's gonna be taken? Probably. Oh my god, what is? Wait. It's a little guy. Wait, you could do that? Also, me seeing our DMs and seeing, I forgot about the bag that I sent you, and I'm like, man, I want the bag. It's sold out though, actually, so that's probably for the best because I don't need that. They're now P-Boy instead of Piss Boy. No, for a fact, Cult is already taken. Wait, one of your friends is in a server that has a cult tag? Rude! What server is it? I'm gonna fight them. Bingus! Wait. Oh wait, do I have to, can I? Oh yeah. How much? Hold on, I'm trying to do math. Do you like fitness? Sure. I'm trying to think of how much money I spend boosting the Discord server already. Actually, I might have taken... Actually, I might have... I think I... It's probably fine. Boost menu in your server. Yeah, that's where I'm at right now. And click, tag, and spend your boosts. Wait. Wait, how do I do that? 3 boot. Yeah, it says we only have 1 available, but I mean, multiple people boost the server every month, so I'm confused as to how it's not, like I'm confused as to how we need more boosts. I'm like, what do you mean? Is it because the other boosts go towards the different server levels? And so now we need even more boosts for the additional perks? Because I'm like, it says we have 15 boosts. So I'm like, how do we not have enough to get server tags? Is it Cliff's birthday yet? Maybe we'll be waiting until tomorrow for his birthday. Or next time. Tomorrow's Friday Among Us Day. Server levels take up 14 of the boosts. Okay. So we have 15, so we need 2 more. I can boost the server 2 more times, because I think I lowered my boosts when we had to save money for our car payment, but that's fine now, because Mr. got a promotion and a raise a while ago, so I can spend a little bit more money a month now again. Oh wait, I get a discount. Oh, I only have to pay 91 cents. Easy. Oh. That's not the right credit card though. How is that? There's no way that, I don't know if I can do, am I in? Why does it have that? Ask kid to stop. You can turn off a perk to get those boosts back. I can't even see the... Disable level 3 and then... Wait, hold on. I can't see everything. What does level 3 get us? I can't disable level 3. Because I think we have... Do we have a custom server invite link? It's because we would lose our emoji slots. That's why I can't disable it. Because we have we got a lot of emojis. That's why I can't. We have too many of those. I was like, that's the reason why I can't do that, yeah. Because when we did lose our level 3 for like a while, we lost so many emotes. We lost so many emotes. Hi, Phantom, hi. Okay, wait, hold on. How do I change to... I just like that I'm doing this, How do I change my... Enable. Yeah. Use the payment method you selected for your subscription. That... How have I been paying for... What should our badge be? I'm thinking, yeah, it'll be the moon. Who am I kidding? The skull is also good. Wait. Moon or skull? We saw Labubu in the wild today. And some that looked like they'd been 3D printed for sale. Huh. Yeah, I feel like the little moon that's and make it purple is the best option. We took a photo? I want to see. Okay, wait, hold on, let's see. Wait, should I have the server name be in all caps? Or nah? Order online. Like the all caps tags personally. Yeah, I'm like, I feel like a lot of people have been doing all caps for theirs. Oh. Good news. Make it fancy text? No! Wait, can I change it? Hold on. I think I can redo it. I would... hold on, let me see. How's that look? That's too big. The fancy text is too big. Yeah, it doesn't work. It takes up too much space. It's only the C. It only shows the CU. It doesn't show the full thing, unfortunately. Dang. Wait, what about this one? That is... Wait, what about this? Or does that look weird? Wait, it looks like something else? What does it look like? I'll just keep it how it was before. What does it look like? Are we at work still? We can't do that work. Anyway, we got a server tag now, so. Man, your manager got fired? Oh! Got fired yesterday for making a mistake on the schedule? Like, how bad of a mistake do you have to make on a schedule to get fired? Huh? Ready for Friday and take you off because it wasn't supposed to be 3 people and the owner. Had you for Friday and took you off because it wasn't supposed to be 3 people and the owner fired her for it. What? That's something doesn't seem right with that, I'll be completely honest. It almost seems like the owner was looking for an excuse to fire her. Cause like that's really not that serious. Like, oh, just remove one person. Be like, oh, sorry, you're not actually gonna work that day. Like, it's literally only the stuff that the owner is losing money. Cause wait, who's expensive? The owner or your previous manager now? The owner? Like, it's literally not, like, that's... Wait, so now who's gonna be the manager? Store's expensive compared to everywhere else? How... So, okay, so what I'm thinking now, okay, this is now my thought, is that the owner was looking for an excuse to fire the manager because if the store is expensive, in the owner's mind, it must be because maybe the manager was getting things for the store that were expensive and maybe the owner was like, I don't know, you know, does that make sense? Manager doesn't do that? Okay. I didn't know. I'm like, yeah, because I'm like, who orders stuff for the store? Is that like the manager or is that the owner that does that? I don't know. Yeah, I'm like, for the manager to get fired over something that small, that definitely seems I think they were just looking for an excuse. For sure. That is wild. Seems so tired too, feel so bad. Well, I guess it worked out. It's like, well, I guess now I don't have to quit. That still sucks though. To look for new jobs because you're just feeling it's gonna get worse. Yeah. If your only manager gets fired, I'd be out of there fast. I'd be out of there as fast as I could. I'd be like, I'm leaving actually, thanks. Ugh. Sounds like the owner just didn't want to pay the higher rate of a manager. Well, that too. If it's all about money. Why is it always that? Why is it that most places, like the owners of most places, all they care about is money? The only place that wasn't like that, my last job before the pandemic, independently run coffee shop, right? One of the owners, my boss, like, he like struggled with money but still wouldn't take tips. If he worked a shift, he wouldn't take the tips. He would let us take the tips, and he still paid, like, because I was the manager, he still paid me like pretty well. But like there was one point where, well, he was living with him and his girlfriend at the time, got a house together, and then they broke up, and he was literally living in his van. Like, he prioritized the store and us employees over, like, himself when it came to, like, money. But also the store wasn't doing very well, but then the pandemic happened and the company bought the store anyway. So your boss straight up won't call clients who has issues because they have a cheap wedding contract. Huh? Well, have a good rest of your day, Prime. Also, ads are about to start, but we are also going to wrap up gameplay. Hey, we had the wedding today. That was all we needed to do. If you're watching this on YouTube, thank you so much for watching. Next episode, it'll be Clifton becomes an elder. He becomes Olge. And then Lizzie ages up to a teenager. Lizzie becomes a teen, and I'm super excited. But Lizzie is also not one of our heir, or Lizzie's not the heir, but like still we get our first teen. When do the twins age up to teens? Ooh, the twins will age up to teens within the next couple of episodes. So we're getting close to figuring out who the heir is gonna be. I'd say maybe today is episode 16. So I'm gonna guess episode 19. The twins will age up to teens, and we'll figure out who the heir is. So you have that to look forward to. But again, if you're watching this on YouTube, thanks so much for watching. Apologies again that there's only one episode this week. Things happen, But hey, at least some's coming out. If you want to catch these live, I stream them on Twitch. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, 11 a.m. EST to about 3 p.m. EST. So come over to my Twitch, twitch.tv/MomoMisfortune to come watch. Also, currently, as of this recording, on Mondays and Fridays, we are playing The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker. So if you enjoy Wind Waker, if you're a big Zelda fan, come on over to twitch.tv/MomoMisfortune. Okay, chat, say bye to YouTube. Sorry to people who are stuck in Twitch ads right now. Whoops. Whoopsie. Bye. 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 Wiggly, that's the wrong one. That's the hi. That's not the bye. Okay, recording is